Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, let me make sure that this thing is. Hmm. Yes, my people. Yes, my people. I'm not seeing the chat thing come up. Um, you guys seen the okay? I'm seeing the chat. And just wait for a number of folks to come in, people. Yes, sir. What is up? It's good, my people. 20 people in here. Whoop whoop. That's crazy, guys. Don't forget to thumbs up this video as well. Um, is there a feedback? Write in the comment box, guys, so I can hear. In the comment. Yes, sir. Heavenly Symphony, big up yourself one time. I do appreciate you guys. We're gonna be doing a lot more of these things, man. A lot more because it's necessary. Okay, I think I saw what was happening there. Are you guys hearing me? Are you hearing me? Michael, send yourself. Moose Nobras. First time I seen that name there, but big up one time. So there's no like feedback or nothing like that. Yes, loud and clear. Rasta Aussie, salute. You don't know. Is that cute sometimes? Who that cute there? Let me just wait for like one more minute before I start, guys. I need to get these vibrations on the roll, man. Oh, cut. I was like, who is cute? I see my ear. My ear. Yeah, man. So, guys, this is the video of Lennox. I think he dropped this last night, and he he gave an update on SKERRIT's response, man. SKERRIT response. My camera blurry. Um, is my camera blurry on everybody's stuff? I usually use my phone, but I'm actually on my webcam. This is the phone I normally use. Big up Mary got massive one time. Okay, guys, let me just get this thing started, man. So this is none other than Mr. Lennox Linton. He gave an update on the basis of do nothing, even though I actually just released a video of labor rights actually tried to do something which I've never seen them do before. So they are planning to do something by doing absolutely nothing at all, but they're filming themselves doing something. And of course, what really needs to be done is not being done at all, brothers and sisters. So I'm not really sure. Why is my camera blurry, man? Is it better? I don't know, guys. I need to get this thing. I actually using another a software to stream um the OBS software, but I decided to just do this one because this one is fast and easy. It's easy layout and everything. So I'm not really sure why on my thing it looks like it's clear. Not really sure why. Yeah, maybe the lighting. I have lighting there, you know. It's very strong. Yes, sir. You see me clearly, but the lighting does actually show some sort of shadow at the back. Is it better? A little. Okay, guys. I'm not the main focus of this thing right here. The main focus is on this thing, brothers and sisters. So we're gonna take a listen to what Mr. Lennox Linton has to say right there. Ruby, big up yourself one time. Nikron Dura, big up yourself. Heavenly Grace, what is that? Gracia, big up yourself. Julie, no, big up. All of you, big up on yourself one time, man. But of course, guys, let us get into the vibrations. I already stay too long on this thing already. So let us get into what Lennox Linton has to say right there, man.
Dominica, good night.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you very much
Are
for
you guys hearing the audio on of Lennox? If you are, give a thumbs up. If not, give a thumbs down. Well, not give a thumbs up in the chat. Are you guys hearing?
joining us. And please share the live. Share the live.
All right.
Share the live.
Share the live, man. Share the live. Of course.
We have some important matters to talk about.
Mm-hmm. My brother and sister, let me skip ahead a little bit
Very,
because I think he's just waiting for folks to come through.
you know,
Papers and all we go. Yes, I. So Lennox with our there's a doctor handwriting, man.
everybody good? Mm-hmm. Yes. Nice to see y'all. Let's get those numbers up.
Fantastic.
Share the live.
Share the live. Share my life too.
I saw Greg Baptiste earlier, Jessica Loda. Good evening. Good evening. Good night, Gina Lewis, and good night to Chiquito Thomas as well. There's some folks from
I don't know
Houston
this.
joining us, Shallow, and yes, good evening, and Madame Balthazar. Hmm? Jay Prince is with us as well. Yes, good evening. I trust that everybody can hear me well. Now, last week, Sunday, we were all gathered at the Arch, and coming out of our National Assembly, we asked the government to pay attention to some things that the government was basically ignoring, not doing anything about, but things that were very important to us. We have a whole set of money, billions of dollars, sitting outside of Dominica under the foreign control of friends of the Prime Minister, and we wanted him to do something about that. We wanted his government to do something about that. We said, bring back our billions of dollars into the treasury and spend it from the treasury for the benefit of all Dominicans.
Simple.
And if you cannot do anything about that by next 7 days, within 7 days, then we will do nothing. So we expressed concern about the state of healthcare in the country and the state of things at the National Hospital. And we spoke about jobs for Dominicans having the privilege of working in their own country and having to stand aside and look, nothing to do as foreigners coming and they get all the jobs from the construction sector, all the heavy equipment work.
Brothers and sisters, before we continue right there, why has this happened? That is one of the things that I'm trying to figure out right there. Foreigners are coming from all over the place. Dominicans are watching foreigners come from all over the place, take control of what is taking place in the country, though. Because foreigners are the ones pretty much doing the construction work, the building of houses, all these things. The Dominicans we have known. I grew up knowing that there are a number of Dominicans, a lot of Dominicans who can actually do construction. A lot of these things, yet still, for some strange reason or the other, foreigners need to come in to help the poor little Dominicans that apparently cannot do constructions themselves. Why has this happened in the first place? That's one of the things that I really want to understand right there. Auntie Stable, big up yourself one time as well. I really want to understand this, guys. What do you think this is in the first place? Foreigners coming in and they decide, hey, you know what, let's take over. Well, I think the government was the one responsible for this. But places like Grenada and a number of other places would never see this happen to their country. Never. They will never on planet Earth see that happening to them, where foreigners are just coming in, taking the jobs on the very local people, and then the foreigners have to give local people jobs themselves and telling them, okay, we'll pay you minimum wage or pay you this amount, and you have to take it or else. And the funny thing is, you have to take the jobs because you want the money. So you're taking the jobs from the foreigners, and you just have to accept whatever money that they're giving you. I personally don't think that is fair at all, man. Maybe it's just me.
King work and so on major contracts that are paid for by Dominican money. So hundreds of millions of dollars are leaving the country every year in employment of foreign nationals, while Dominicans are unemployed and broke. We wanted something done about that, or else we ourselves would do nothing tomorrow. Well, the Prime Minister responded within 7 days. And he responded to tell us
Boy.
that we, the people of Dominica, should trust him,
Boy.
that there is no missing money from the Citizenship by Investment Program. And
Look, brothers and sisters, before Lennox continues, the Prime Minister come in and say that there's no sort of missing monies. Now, I remember telling you guys that, well, let me show you. I think I can show you guys. Does this flip? Let me see if this thing does flip. Whoop, 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 whoop. No, I don't think it does flip. So I'll have to literally copy and paste this thing inside there. You guys seen this? Now, the reason why I'm pointing this out to you guys is to make it very clear for people to understand. This is one of the things that I tend to do. I break down things a lot for people. Now, remember, guys, the Prime Minister indicated, well, the government officials indicated that we received a certain amount, and according to what Leonard just said there, that apparently nothing is missing. That's the update from the Prime Minister. Nothing is missing, brothers and sisters. But according to when the OCCRP came and the European Union, when they met with the OECS heads regarding the CBI program, concerned about Dominica's low-cost / high-volume approach. I just want to point out something rather interesting to you guys right there. This is what I'm looking at right there. In recent times, the European Union Commission has been publicly expressing concerns over the CBI program in the Caribbean. Now, it goes further on to say how much there is. Oh, it's right there. Okay. A report issued on October 18, 2023 gave for the first time a glimpse of the magnitude of these programs in Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, Grenada, St. Kitts and Nevis, and St. Lucia. So 5 countries: Antigua, Barbuda, Dominica, Grenada, St. Kitts and Nevis, and St. Lucia. It said at the time of the report, 88,000 passports have been sold by these 5 countries. And guess what? Dominica sold 34,500 as a result of this report right there, which is 4 times more than what the government of Dominica had publicly reported. So 25% of what was reported was told to the Dominican people. Okay? 25%. The question here is, where did the other 75% go? If the Prime Minister is then indicating to us saying, hey, guys, everything was reported. But that's not the case. If you reported 25%, and that's what was reported, on the basis of what is reported, that's the amount of money that was raised. So if that is the amount of money that was raised, where is this 75%? So when SKERRIT come and tell people, oh, everything was reported, and there's literally the statement that this is on Dominican News Online, by the way, guys. Dominican News Online right there. Okay, so 25% was actually reported to the Dominican people. Where is this 75%? That is the question I must ask. Anyways, guys, let's go back to Brother Lennox right there.
Citizenship of Dominica as an applicant under the government cash option, 100,000 US dollars, within 7 days.
Okay.
And he responded to tell us that we, the people of Dominica, should trust him, that there is no missing money from the Citizenship by Investment Program. And there is nothing that Dominicans are owed or Dominicans are entitled to from this program.
By the way, guys, before we continue, can you guys thumbs up this video for me, please? Just click the thumbs up button right there. I'm not seeing much thumbs up. What is going on, brothers and sisters? Click the thumbs up button, man. Yeah, get that thumbs up button up, man. Click the thumbs up button so we can continue, guys. I know we're doing live chats and whatnot, but, click the thumbs up button. I know none of you guys are actually watching from your televisions and what have you. Probably family gathering is taking place right now. Bringing families together, man. But click the thumbs up button, guys. I would appreciate that right there. Yes, man. The boy does like dry like a tallow. Yes, man. Tallow dry. We Gobi desert tallow that day. Hi. Julino, you speak the truth. Guys are dying. Dying Charles, big up yourself as well. Right there. They don't give young people with degrees a chance to take advantage of job opportunities. Well, first of all, we need to have job opportunities for them to take advantage of. Because if there's limited to no job opportunities, and what seems to be the job opportunities have been handled or been sent to the overseas folks, then I think having degrees doesn't really cut it. I could be, mistaken, brothers and sisters. I could be mistaken, but it doesn't look like there's much job opportunities in Dominica, because I've seen Dominicans literally going overseas, doing the same thing that they have done in Dominica. Yes, guys, give this video a thumbs up. Click the like button at the bottom of the screen somewhere down there. Click the thumbs up button. I would appreciate that. Of course. Yeah. Yeah. So it's not just saying, oh, Dominicans, do. I've seen people from overseas come down, after studying in America or studying overseas, and they come to try to find jobs, and there's literally no jobs for them. Literally no jobs for them. So it's not just saying, oh, let's get the degrees and stuff, but there also needs the opportunity. This is why I think in March, at the ending of March, one of the things that they were pushing was free movement around the Caribbean. I think that's gonna be escalated. If you guys paying attention to what Mia Motley has been stating, so I wouldn't be surprised if more migration out of Dominica will be taking place right there. Anyways, guys, let's continue.
So forget about everything and trust him. Trust him, Roosevelt Skerritt, that all the money has been accounted for. September 2019, when we were raising concerns about discrepancies in the accounting for the citizenship by investment money, the Prime Minister said that he was not an accounting officer. And when the accounting officers would report, I would be put to shame, and the people of Dominica would know that I am totally unsuitable to be Minister of Finance or Prime Minister of this country. That was 2019. Up till now, nothing has been presented by way of proper accounting.
Maybe it didn't reach. Maybe it hasn't reached yet. Maybe they have done account. Brothers and sisters, I was trying my best to look at the bright side of things. Maybe Lennox missed it. But from since 2019, you're trying to embarrass the man. You're trying to embarrass Lennox, saying, "Oh, when this accounting has been done, it'll look like it wouldn't be, to his best interest." But apparently, that accounting has not been done in any way, shape, or form since 2019. Brothers and sisters, you know how long ago 2019 was? 5 years ago. 5 years ago. And the accounting still has not been done. You mean Lennox? I remember the situation involving the electoral reform individual, Dennis Byron. If that's it, yeah, I think Sir Dennis Byron. I remember he was talking about, oh, he sent the report, and it's only a month after SKERRIT call elections and all those kind of things. The elections happen. Then SKERRIT saying, oh, he get the report. A month after. But for 5 years, my goodness. I mean, come on. No accounting has been done, but you're saying that you're going to embarrass the man. So where's the accounting, brothers and sisters? And Dominicans don't seem to be wanting that sort of, interaction when it comes on to getting what needs to be theirs. Because brothers and sisters, let's face it, if we are not doing what needs to be done, or if the government is not doing what needs to be done, and we are not doing the same thing too, who is at fault here, really? Because we are allowing the government to do this to us. We are allowing the government to do that to the people. You see what people saying? Without Carl Nassif as an Astafan and Wichich, what business SKERRIT put there? Yet still Labour claims that they offer job opportunities. Brothers and sisters, we just, like, one of the things I'm trying to do this year, and you guys can help me out as well. I'm trying to calculate the amount of jobs that Dominica has lost. So far, I'm on 9. Okay, the ice cream shop in Roseau just closed down, brothers and sisters. I think the police officer was the one who was in charge of it. Some police officer was in charge of it. And the ice cream shop closed down, brothers and sisters. They have it for rent. The building that the ice cream shop was, they have it for rent. So more jobs are going down, brothers and sisters. Fruities closed too. Yes, Lord. That is not, so that is 10. Fruities in by the bus stop area you're talking about. So Fruities closed down too. That's so that is number 10. So I don't know if we're trying to see if we can beat every month, because in January, 4 businesses closed down. Then by Richie Barbershop, yeah, Well, guys, am I surprised? Absolutely not. Anyways, let's continue. They consider NEP as job. First of all, guys, NEP was never supposed to be a job opportunity. It was supposed to give the young persons out there a chance for them to retain some sort of job experience. They retain some job experience. Some people, I don't know, when I grew up, I had a number of job opportunities. Well, not job opportunities, but job experiences. I was a result of what my parents did and also what I decided to go and do out there. So my CV, even before I entered into the workforce, was pretty big. Because I tried my best to do every single thing as much as possible. And I got paid for some of them as well. But I guess they put the NEP out there as a means of trying to help. Well, that's what they stated right there, guys. But that was not the case at all. They used the NEP program as a way to curb the unemployment growth that was happening in Dominica. Not employment growth, the unemployment growth that was taking place right there to curb it so that it would not reflect on bad when it comes on to the figures. Anyways, that self is another story right there. Boys want to know their partner and their co-workers staying home too. Well, or you supposed to stay home today. All right then. I see I gave a report earlier on today on the BRBP TV platform, brothers and sisters, where the DPSU finally answered and say, hey guys, the people can actually protest on these things. I think they actually made the letter a little late. They brought it out today, which is they give you guys 7 days. Anyways, that's not my fight right there. Let's continue, guys.
For the citizenship by investment monies. Questions were asked. The Prime Minister responded to a question that I raised in October of 2020. And he told us there, in answer to that question, that there are 4 access options under which you can get citizenship of Dominica. He said you can get citizenship of Dominica as an applicant under the government cash option, 100,000 US dollars. You can get citizenship of Dominica under the MMCE cash option, $100,000. And you can get citizenship under the children and dependents under the cash option. Meaning, if you are a child or dependent, one of the main applicants under the cash option, either MMCE or the government cash option, then you pay not $100,000, but you pay less. And they've been talking a lot about this family of 4, main applicant, wife, and 2 children.
Guys,
They said,
I'm thinking right there, when you talk about the family of 4, it seems like what they indicated to, well, they tried to indicate to the government. I don't know if they think everybody foolish, but they tried to make it seem like the 25% that was reported was actually, like, let's say the husband is the main person, 25%, and there's 4 other people right there, 3 other people to make up the full 100%. So the husband is 25%, the wife is 1, that's 50, then the 2 little ones will make up the 100%. So maybe that's what they're trying to indicate, why they indicated that 25% was actually reported and said that's the full amount. So you mean to tell me everybody that bought is related to family? Is only families that bought? That's what they're trying to tell the people? Birds of a feather flock together. But what is that? By time, but time will tell, yeah. Time will definitely tell. I mean, but it's not just saying that time will tell, guys. Because it's one thing when you're saying time will tell, but then time is actually telling, and people not worrying about what time is telling them. Time is one of the greatest currencies that we have on planet Earth, not money. Remember, money is printed thing that they print on from trees, and write little figures on it, and boom, tell you, hey guys, look, that is worth something. Money is not real. Time is the issue right here, brothers and sisters, and we have wasted 20 years. Brothers and sisters, 20 years that passed, David. From since Pierre Charles died, 20 years that passed, David. Let me continue. All the concern about is the little $500 they get in a month. I never see that in my life, brothers and sisters. I never see that in my life. Man, happy we? Yeah, yeah. Some of the businesses they used to make, like, let's say they used to make like $1,000 before. Now they're making $300, and they say, "Oh, that's how the economy going." That's not how the economy going. If you go to other places, you see in other businesses do well outside of Dominica. They're doing well, and people are happy. That's all. Let me continue, because I'll vex today.
Mostly it's families of four that are buying citizenship from Dominica. And so I
Exactly.
was wrong in my assumption of a certain amount of revenue yield per citizenship
Boy,
sold.
I'm scared do easy way.
Well, remember, I'm telling you what the Prime Minister said. He gave us the access options. And to those three, the MMC cash option, the government cash option, and the children and dependents under the cash option, he added the real estate option.
Yeah, the real estate.
And the numbers he gave us were that over a 3-year period, 5,814 persons got citizenship of Dominica. 5,814 persons. And the numbers he gave us
That's what SKERRIT
confirmed
give us,
that 72% of those 5,814 persons got citizenship under the cash options, MMCE, government cash options, 72%. 9% of the 5,814 persons got citizenship under the dependents and children option.
9%.
And 19% got citizenship under the real estate option.
Investments.
Yet, for years, in trying to explain away the discrepancies,
Boy.
Clarence Christian and others have accused me of using $75,000 as the fee for children and dependents under the Citizenship by Investment program. I did not do that. I used the numbers that the Prime Minister gave to Parliament in October of 2020 to determine what the average revenue yield per citizen is in Dominica. And that I worked out at $227,572 EC, based on 72% paying $100,000, which is 270,000 EC, and 19% paying $50,000, which is about 135 EC dollars.
Well, first of all, sorry, before I continue, guys, I see Nicron said that is why those people that buy citizenship, they just come down Dominica and vote. First of all, when you get a Dominica passport, you can just come and vote, guys. That's true. But the interesting thing about these guys, majority of the individuals who buy, like about 90% of the individuals who buy Dominica passports, never set foot in Dominica. They never set foot in Dominica. It's not like they're buying passports for them to come and visit Dominica, which is, I find it rather interesting. Because if you're applying for citizenship of Dominica, I would think that you've come to Dominica, you visited Dominica, you like Dominica vibrations, you want to contribute to the economy. So you decide you want to buy and get citizenship because you like Dominica. It's kind of like Ross. This is one of the reasons why Ross, the founding fathers of Ross, love Dominica so much that they decided that they want to build school. This is why Ross University is not a Caribbean medical school, guys. Ross University is a citizen of Dominica. It was born in Dominica. And only Prime Minister made Ross leave. 40% of the GDP of Dominica vanished from Dominica, affected Barbados about 1 to 2% of the GDP. It contributed to Barbados GDP. 40% left. Ross was actually Dominica's own. So Ross itself was actually a citizen itself, on a business entity in the United States. When you have businesses, it can act like your business entity can actually act like a citizen When you have a business entity, it acts on its own, it pays its own taxes, it acts as its own individual. I'm guessing that's the same thing that happened for Ross University. So when some of these citizens that come buy passports, they don't care about coming to Dominica. They care about utilizing the privilege. Postman like a ghost tongue. It's true. It's true. Postman like a ghost tongue, brothers and sisters. Like I told you guys, when it was carnival time, I actually wrote on my WhatsApp and I stated, hey guys, it seems like activities in Portsmouth because there are a number of folks out on the streets. I remember when I was in the United States, guys, they actually put a video out. I think it was Wednesday, midweek, and somebody was walking through the town of Portsmouth, and there was literally nobody outside. Midweek. Anyways, guys, let us continue right there.
And 9% paying $25,000 each, which is about 67,000 EC. If you do that math, you will find an average in the region of 227,000 EC dollars as the average revenue yield per citizen. And so when we did the numbers based on certificate of naturalizations issued for the period 1st of July 2016 to 30th of June 2023, we got a figure of 40,273 persons who had received the citizenship under the Citizenship by Investment Program. This is significant, 40,273. And when we multiply that by 227,572, we come up with a figure of $9.1 billion.
Guys, I think the main issue here is that they have not been doing accounting. They haven't been doing or been forthcoming with the Dominican people. Why haven't they been forthcoming with the Dominican people? Because what is making there is based off estimates, calculating among the people who bought passports and this kind of things there. But if we are trying to be transparent, and the government of Dominica always saying they try to be transparent, they try to be transparent without being transparent at all. Because you cannot tell me you're trying to be transparent. And when they're asking about the accounting of the CBI, which the Dominican people truly deserve to know, they're not getting it. They're not getting it, brothers and sisters. Remember the 1.2 billion that was missing before? Remember the 1.2 billion that we were talking about? And I told you guys this figure is going to disappear. Well, apparently, when that died down, more monies went missing from the CBI program. They came and they lied to the Dominican people. I just showed you guys the article of the European Union when they came to Dominica and indicated, hey, guys, 25% was reported to the Dominican people, 75% is out there. When SKERRIT now wants to give update and say, hey guys, it is the full amount has been given, but yet still you haven't done any sort of accounting to bring to the people, to let the people know how much was sold, which category was of individuals bought passports, how much was in investment, how much was the family, how much was the sole individuals who bought their own passports and what have you. Nothing of that sort has been done. Yeah, no financial accounting or update to general public in any sector at all. This is why they can easily take monies and bypass monies and all kind of things. And people wondering why things are happening in Dominica. Well, I know why it's happening in Dominica, brothers and sisters, because they're taking the monies on the people. They are taking the monies on the people. When they are accounting to prove what was actually bought or what was done or what was made, none of that happening. But all you do, all right.
From that amount of money for the 7-year period, only 2.7 billion came into the treasury of Dominica from the sale of our citizenship. And from that, we knew then that $6.4 billion over the 7-year period did not come into Dominica, was unaccounted for.
Unaccounted for. Now, guys, I actually showed something today. I think it's on the BRBP I think it's on BRBP on a recent video that I actually did on the Mr. Leaks reaction, guys. Hopefully you guys tuned in for both of them. And I showed you guys that apparently it's alleged that there are individuals who are not part of government, who used to be part of government, who are getting about $6,500 per month. There's a number of individuals, guys. Check out my previous reactions of today. 6.5 people who are not in government. Nobody vote for these people. They kick them out. But for them to stay quiet, brothers and sisters, for them not to retaliate, they have them on some sort of retainer. Yes, brothers and sisters, it's alleged that these folks are actually on the payroll. And I say alleged because I cannot vouch for every single one, but I know a number of the individuals who have what it was been indicated to me that they are on the payroll. They're not part of government. They absolutely do nothing. People, imagine working your life off, boy. You working your guts out to see if you can make a little $1,200 or $1,300. That seems to be the average in Dominica, $1,000, $2,300. Working your guts out, brothers and sisters. Oh, you know, all right, Nicron, I don't call name. But there are some of them on it, brothers and sisters, right there. You working your guts out. And man does decide, hey, we want to keep you quiet, so let us give you a good amount of salaries. Another thing that the government has done, and I indicated that in the previous reaction I did today, it seems like the government increased. Now, keep in mind, guys, it's not like the power reps are doing anything to warranty they get an increase in salary. No. These people are doing absolutely nothing at all to warrant they themselves getting an increase in salaries. So it seems like they increased the salaries so that the people, the other government officials, will not retaliate against the very man that has allowed them to get an increase in salary. You realize that, right? Or you realize that? They increase in the government salaries. They don't do nothing in the community, but somehow they're worth increasing salaries. This is one of the reasons why I always believe that government should be paid based on the merit of what they've done to the people. Because they're already being taken care of. They drive in vehicle, going all sorts of places, and of course, they're getting per diems for their vehicles. Who paying this? The citizens. So the citizens paying all these kind of things there for them. Plus, they're getting high salary and an increase in salaries as well. So help me understand how that making sense, guys. Help me understand how that making sense. It doesn't. But hey, I guess that's what the people want.
So you're waiting for Mr. SKERRIT to tell us what is the status of that money. The European Union told us that it's important that all the money from the sale of citizenships come into the treasury of Dominica and they spend from the treasury. So the European Union knew well that over the period, all the monies were not coming in. They didn't tell us to what extent.
By the way, guys, they have been following it. The European Union and the United States have been following this CBI thing for quite some time. I remember the government came and said that they're trying to bully him. Remember when I said that he's trying to do the same thing that he's claiming that these people are trying to do him? Well, they have to protect their borders. And if the monies does not come adequate enough, in timely manner enough, brothers and sisters, just like what the United Kingdom did, Dominica, the European Union might end up doing the same as well. There's other things that I've shared where it seems like they are participating in selling passports in other places like Yemen and other places. It seems like they stopped it because some of these places, are not really conducive. Mama Rose, big up yourself one time. As soon as Lennox talk about that, do nothing, labor run and go and paint house. Yes, I did the reaction on this one on the Mistakes reaction, guys. You can definitely check that out, including what is happening in Granby. Interesting stuff. All this where monies could actually be used to put towards helping the people. But of course, people don't really want that.
But we have done the calculations and we know now the numbers. So let me take you to another segment of this, which is crucial, because mention is made of the difficulties that we had with Maria, the difficulties we had with Erica, the difficulties we had with COVID-19 and so on. I want to explain tonight, and I want to take my time to do it. It's important. We exchanged money for citizenship after Maria hit us. Maria hit us in September of 2017. I'm going to give you the numbers now from I'm going to give you the numbers now.
Guys, pay attention to what is being stated right there. I remember that time Scared was saying, oh, it's they that put the monies forward. I remember this personally because I remember I linked up. Remember, Obama brought us to the United States and I ended up linking with a number of persons. I remember linking up with what happened in Dominica, and I linked up with one of my friends in Trinidad, and they sent about 2 to 3 tons of stuff to Dominica. And then Scary come and say it was they that handle most of the things right there. It's interesting, brothers and sisters. Take a listen to the figures.
Now from
That's one of the reasons why I like Lennox, he deals with the figures.
October 1st, the month after Maria, 2017, to June 30th, 2023. Listen carefully, Dominica. We sold after Maria
After Maria,
36,864 citizenships. If you multiply that by the average yield per citizen, you will get $8.4 billion, $8,400 million. From that, we only received into the treasury after Maria and up until the 30th of June 2023, we only received $2.3 billion in the treasury of Dominica. Which means since Maria, we have left $6.1 billion outside of Dominica under somebody else's control.
Anthony Hayden, which of course is not his real name, by the way. Yeah?
What that means is, let me tell you what the split is. 73 out of every $100 we made from citizenship by investment since Maria stayed outside of Dominica. Only 27 out of every $100 came into Dominica.
After Maria.
And we've never said that things have not been done with the money. The $2.7 billion that came in the last 7 years ended the 30th of June 2023. Things have been done with that money. Houses have been built. Community centers have been built. Various things have been supported in Dominica to the tune of $2.7 billion. That's in the accounting of the common.
Oh, so you know how to do accounting for that? $2.7 billion worth. Okay.
Of the Dominica government. What is not there is the missing money, the 6.4 billion, the 6,400 million that has not been accounted for, that the Prime Minister says the technicians would account for, the accounting officers would account for 5 years ago, but up to this day, nothing. And then last night he tells us that there is no money missing and there is no money owed to the people of Dominica from the sale of the citizenships of Dominica.
In other words, he's just telling you guys, the money is for us. We spend some monies for you guys. The rest of the money is for us. Because you cannot tell me, and I indicated this earlier on, guys, how on earth are people who are not part of government getting paid to do nothing? Then the increase in public salaries. I remember when Matt asked the question, what do you think about this increase in salaries? Wouldn't it affect the economy? SKERRIT didn't answer the question. He then answers saying he doesn't think that people should ask them these questions. Boy, where you hear that happening in the world, boy? They're asking you a question that is pertaining to the public purse. It's not your own salary, no? To the public purse. The public purse is going to get less when you look at what has been done for the public. Nothing at all. No driving force has been done. The growth factors of Dominica is a laughing stock. Nothing has been done, my goodness gracious. People are...
And ladies and gentlemen, what that means with the numbers available to us and with what we know to be fact, the Prime Minister is confirming that the money has been stolen. And he, the Finance Minister and Prime Minister, must know something about.
Wait a while. Lennox is the Terminator. No emotions, but brings the truth. Some people just want the fanfare. They want people with dimples and this kind of things there. So if you want to call him the Terminator, I will side with anybody that's a determinator that's bringing the truth. He wants to say, oh, he don't have dimples. He doesn't smile. But the person not smiling that quiver in the country and all still support him because the person smiling. That's all the troublesome with that place.
That's stolen money. And who is responsible for it?
No factories and agriculture, of course.
So now I want to ask the police commissioner tonight. I want to ask the police authority in the land. I want to ask those responsible for the criminal justice system.
Ask for that.
Isn't this sufficient, credible evidence of a major theft of Dominica's money requiring an investigation?
But of course. But the funny thing about these brothers and sisters, like I indicated in the previous reaction, if individuals are corrupt and they are involved in the whole corruption scheme, you yourself might not be corrupt, but you are a participant in the corruption. It'll be very much hard for you to leave that concerning you are getting paid adequately for you to stay within that corruption. Because if you want to do the right thing, brothers and sisters, you might end up without a job. And the majority of folks who are also in the corruption will be against you. So you might make a few noise here and there, like I guess Walter is doing, make a few noise here and there after making a set of monies. But hey, better late than never. Make a few noise here and there, get the people to rival with you, some of them. And then sooner or later it's going to die down because the majority of folks are involved in the corruption. So when you think that you will get side with other people who will help, they are involved in the corruption too. Big up Siri exposing one time, guys. Big up Siri. Siri, you've been doing a wonderful job. No doubt about it, man. Big up Siri one time. Anyways, let's continue.
Into criminal behavior and prosecution of that criminal behavior in the public interest of Dominica.
Guys, I see you guys saying time longer than rope and all this kind of something there. It is the people that have to take up the responsibility. When the police officers fail, the justice system fails, it's the people. But when the people themselves failing, how you expect? But this is the last resort to everything for the country to move forward is the people. When the people themselves not doing it, the bus driver situation just came to mind. Bus drivers going to protest for betterment for themselves. Bus drivers protested against the very bus drivers themselves. Bus drivers protesting against bus drivers trying to find betterment for themselves. When it does succeed, the protest finally succeeded. The bus drivers that were protesting against the bus drivers were the first in line to collect their monies. So when you're talking about the people, brothers and sisters, sometimes you're looking at the wrong thing. Just like I indicated to you guys about Dominica. We blaming Dominica for taking light and load shedding and all those kind of something there. When the lady came out and say, hey guys, we are being regulated. With only millions of dollars profits they're making, they were not able to buy what needs to be bought because they were regulated by the IRC. Who's regulating the IRC? The government. So we're looking at Dominic for taking light. We're not looking at the root of the situation. You have to look at the root of the problem. Sometimes the root of the problem isn't SKERRIT, The root of the problem is the people. Professor Lumumba stated very clearly, and I agree with him when he stated, the people get what they truly deserve. So isn't that what the people are getting right now? Because sometimes we're looking for different outcomes and we're looking for betterment. When people staying quiet, there's a particular person I'm thinking of. The person always making noise of what the government doing. I say, you speak about it. No, you talk about it. What action did you take? What action did you take? The person themselves are afraid, scared to come and carry with me. Checking, but they don't have no government people to see them. Afraid, but she making a set of noise. But what is happening? And you think I'm supposed to feel sorry? I see.
Mr. Valerie, I call on you, sir. I know you have a challenge with understanding what an amnesty is, but I'm sure you can understand.
That blew my mind, brothers and sisters. That Valerie partner talk about amnesty, and then you say, when you bring the stuff in, you still going to charge them for illegal thing. That just shocked me. You guys see my reactions. Well, if you haven't seen it, check out the previous one or the previous reaction I did on the whole Valerie situation, man. That was And that is the kind of people that we have in society, and expect to have competent outcomes. You cannot have competent outcomes when you have a set of incompetent people in society. You cannot.
And what theft is. I'm sure you can understand what it is to steal.
But if the man don't know what amnesty is, Margaret, you think he's going to properly define what theft is? Then again, are they also involved in the corruption? Because if they are involved in the corruption, how do you think they're going to come out with competent outcomes? Then the system is corrupt. The people themselves are corrupt. And you're expecting change to happen, brothers and sisters. This is why it's sad when I say this. But I always tell individuals, especially when parents ask me, what should they do with the little ones? I tell them, make them go by the auntie overseas, your auntie in Antigua. Send them go. Send kids, send them go. Grenada, send them go. St. Lucia, send them go. The United States, Europe. I think one just sent her daughter. Her daughter is like 14, 15 years old. Send them to Europe to do schooling up there. The aunties them will pay for our schooling and whatnot. Send them go. Because Dominica is not going to elevate anytime soon. Or you don't know what trouble Dominica in, boy. Boy, you mad.
From someone to commit the crime of theft. And so here is the crime of theft being committed against the state of Dominica. Dominica needs his sons and daughters. Dominica needs his officials to stand for Dominica. No better time than now. I do not know that there has been a bigger heist, there's been a bigger theft of public money anywhere in the developing world than this particular example of Dominica.
Somebody says school is free in Europe, Mr. Leaks. Well, they're going, the family, the aunties, them going to take care of the person. That's what I'm pretty much saying. They will pay for whatever, whether it's housing or whatever. They'll pay for these things. And, continue. The person is a young person, a girl is a young girl. So schooling is free. They can go and, hey, viva la vida loca.
I don't know that. But those who are responsible for it, those who have colluded in the theft, and not the ones who are going to take care of it. For example,
Lennox made this video last night.
Expected that Mr. SKERRIT would admit that there's a problem, and he would want to bring on the support of the people of Dominica to help him to solve the problem. Instead, Mr. SKERRIT has chosen to stand against Dominica. When Dominica's money is missing and it would appear now stolen, Mr. SKERRIT is standing on the side of those who are responsible because he doesn't feel that we deserve to have our money, all of our money.
But really and truly, I sided with SKERRIT with that. I sided with SKERRIT with that. Because if you don't believe that the people deserve the money, might as well use it yourself. The people not making noise about, hey guys, what is going on? We need the accounting. Nobody demanding that. They're waiting for a few set of people to demand about accounting. For 5 years, that has not been done yet. The accounting or the CBI. Nothing has been done in that regard. SKERRIT come and say a few things. Okay, my parent. My prime minister. Yes, man. Your prime minister, not true. Okay, then. No accounting has been done. And we expect to understand how things are going. Brothers and sisters, during election time, it's supposed to have debates. Boy, it's supposed to have debates to figure out, who's better for who. They're telling SKERRIT them not to go and debate because they know they will not do well in the debate. They tell them not to go and do it. The people should demand them debating. That's me continue. I going too long.
The sale of our passports. In the report that he gave last night on another on a radio station,
Paul said it's not that the money has been stolen, it's that SKERRIT is saying that all the money has been accounted for. All the money has been accounted for, even though the European Union came and say, hey guys, only 25% was reported to the Dominican people. 75% apparently of the passport sales have not been reported. I remember when OCCRP came down to Dominica and they indicated, hey guys, what they stated to the Dominican people was actually not the truth. There have been more passports that have been sold out there. They came down and said these things. The people who had no link to Dominica found some corruption scheme going on, and it was linked back to Dominica. That's how they ended up on Dominica. They decided to follow the trail and realize, but wait a while, what the government has told the people is not actually accurate at all. That is how that whole situation happened right there. In the debate, you will know who's stupid. Exactly. They know. They're not going to debate. They come in on stage and tell you what your mother and your father couldn't do for you, as if that is something good. What your mother and father couldn't do for you, you should be able to do for yourself. In a striving economy, they say, no, we will do it for you. But you have to understand how the world is going, guys. The same kind of system is being pushed in the United States. And they fooling this tebe, this college-educated tebes. Gasa, let me leave that alone. That is not part of this thing. Let me continue.
He spoke about the uses to which he wanted to put money from the Citizenship by Investment program, and the fact that he was always looking to wean Dominica from the Citizenship by Investment program. But he had all these things to say about the program under Eugenia Charles and the program under Edison James and the program under him, Mr. SKERRIT. This year marks 31 years of economic citizenship in Dominica. Of those 31 years, your government is responsible for 24. So the two parties put together, responsible for 7, you're responsible for 24. That is more than 3 times the amount of time that the other 2 parties before you had with the economic.
Guys, and there has never been in the history of the world, in Dominica, brothers and sisters, that Dominica has brought so much money as a result of CBI. Not just CBI, generally speaking, beating agriculture, beating tourism, and all those things combined. Never in the history of Dominica's world, planet Dominica, brothers and sisters, has less been done when more money has been created. Never. You mean to tell me factories disappearing, jobs not being created? I mean, look at
citizenship program. And we know they did not make anything close to the amount of money we made in the last 10 to 15 years, for example, where the passport sales exploded. We had a bargain basement price, and the passports were working very well in certain parts of the world where the passports were not working as good, and they were purchasing our passports for big money. We made the money. We don't have all of the money because the money now, from the look of it, from what the Prime Minister is saying last night, the money appears to have been stolen. $6.4 billion at least up until the 30th of June, 2023.
I don't think no money has been stolen. What I think, the government decided, hey, we're giving Dominica that amount, and then we're using that amount for ourselves. That's what I think is happening, because you can't tell me a country is not producing much. CBI going down, the country doesn't produce, yet still you increasing your salaries. Not just increasing your salaries, brothers and sisters. You're giving people, or it's alleged to, you're giving people who not in government a retaining amount, brothers and sisters. They're on the payroll. So how on earth we can say it doesn't have monies when you're increasing salaries and when you're giving additional people monies to do absolutely nothing? How is it making sense? Not just that, we've seen a number of big, huge structures coming up in Dominica. We and all sorts of hotels is coming up or is being made at present right now. They are creating these hotels for different people. How on earth we saying that Dominica not making money, but all these things are coming up some way, somehow? There's a bright yellow and blue building in Roseau. When he's been asked whose building, he take huge offense. SKERRIT take huge offense about asking about that. If it's not yours, what you taking offense on? If it's not your building, what you taking offense on? They asking that question. Therefore, you have to have some sort of lineage or link to that building. I heard Naren say that is his grandmother's house that they passed to him. But really and truly, brothers and sisters, we need to take stock of what is happening. And the only way Dominica can rescue itself is through the people. But if the people themselves are corrupt, how we expect things to change? This is why I was talking about the revelation equation and the success equation. People want to say, oh, let's pray, let's hope something happens. Let's hope, brothers and sisters. Hoping doesn't make a difference, no? There must be action that must come from it. Even yesterday when I was in church, the pastor made a reference to this. He talked about the irrational and the rational, understanding the rational part of things. When the irrational was performed, for example, Moses speaking to the rock or striking the rock and water came from it, that's irrational. Water coming from the rock is irrational, brothers and sisters. But he had to do an action for the water to come forth. When God hid people and put mud on their eyes, there was an action that was entailed in this. Some people hope, just hope, let's hope for things to get better. You're not understanding how things work. Brothers and sisters, the key to success in every aspect of life is understanding how things work. That is the success equation. You don't want to say, oh, but let me just try my best. You try your best. Sometimes you don't know the way forward, right? Like, for example, this whole YouTube thing, I had no idea how it was going, but I tried my best to do things. And as, people start seeing the vibrations. And, right now we're on live, brothers and sisters. We're on live. What's up, people? But understanding how things work is the way forward. And apparently people are not understanding how things work in Dominica. Because we have a set of incompetent people running things and people seeing the incompetence and they themselves just say, hey, but things are bad. That's what they say to me. But things are bad. You know things are bad. One of the things that has hurt me, brothers and sisters. Guys, I will leave this link. I go too long already. How long I on that now? I on for a good while. We were brothers and sisters. The editing there. Anyways, where was I? Oh, success equation and those kind of things there. Keep it in mind, brothers and sisters. It takes the lightest little work. Sometimes all it takes is just saying, hey guys, and I think that's what happened in the United States as well. They are banning people to try to understand things that have no objective reality at all. They are banning people to that understanding. What is a woman? Oh, I don't know. Pure logic, it's very objective to see. Brothers and sisters, we know what the present government has done. They have destroyed the economy. Look at the growth factors. If it's true, the growth factors are no longer existing. They are no longer existing, guys. The growth factors are nothing. We're seeing that for ourselves. And we're saying, boy, who else to put in? Who else? So we're keeping the same one that causing growth factors to die, that can benefit us. Yeah. I've talked to a number of economists across the world, brothers and sisters. Across the world. Little Miss Telix, we talking to some bill, boy, you mad. That's that. Anyways, talking to economists across the world, people who are involved in political governance, all kind of things, people who are behind governments, all this kind of things there. I sit down at the tables with these folks, talking to these guys. Some of them knew about Dominica. There was a king that I actually met, from an African king I met. And he was with his delegates and everything. And I was interviewing them and all those kind of things there. And they told me they knew about Dominica and they wanted to do the water. One of the things they wanted to do was to promote the water vibrations in Dominica. They did not do it again. Same thing with Richard Branson. When I linked up with him, Richard Branson wanted to bring something to Dominica and they asked me for my input. Would it be beneficial? I told them, look at what's going on. You guys can do your research and see for yourself. They decided they're not going to do that again. On the basis of that, brothers and sisters, elevating to understand what needs to be done is the key. None of us elevating. Everybody. Yeah, it's not trouble. I get carried away, guys. I just get carried away. When I'm passionate about something, I just get carried away, guys. Sorry about that. Let me just run a little more for you guys to see.
Stolen.
End this thing right there.
And we've had now the report from the Prime Minister. He says Dominica is owed nothing, and so there's nothing that he has to do. He's doing nothing. He has nothing to do about the return of our billions of dollars so that we can fix our business in Dominica. We can take care of our healthcare. We can put our young people to work. We can.
Man dying in the hospital, boy. People tell me they're afraid to go hospital. Man telling me they're afraid to go Dominica hospital. And by right, they should afraid. Why should you afraid, brothers and sisters, or be afraid? Broken English. Why should you be afraid to go to the hospital? It's supposed to help you in your healthcare system. Well, one of the reasons why I would say that, I mean, if you're logical, you would think, hey, wait a while. Didn't SKERRIT say the other day that he can fly his people out for medical attention? He didn't say they can bring them to Princess Margaret Hospital, to the China Friendship Hospital. None of that, no? He said he can fly his people overseas. Then come and tell his supporters, what about you guys? What about you guys? Boy, that is God's way, boy. Because you know that people are weak. They are weak-minded, brothers and sisters. There's a saying that goes, Weak men bring forth weak societies. Weak men bring forth strong societies, brothers and sisters. Are we saying that there's, well, it's very clear to see that there's a number of weak men. I remember when Reginald them was making noise about what was happening in Dominica. They were making noise, brothers and sisters. All of a sudden they stop. They stop. Well,
And stop this foolishness of police officers not having insurance to do police work, and police officers driving on.
Guys, I help me understand that. No insurance, no help. I actually showed this, guys. Police lacking pretty much almost all the benefit that they're supposed to receive. I think they haven't received health insurance for 9 months. 9 months. So if something happened to you, and chase down drunk people and they shoot you bap. Okay. Well, is that they want?
Uninsured vehicles, committing the crime of driving uninsured vehicles to do.
So they're driving uninsured vehicles and they're coming for people to uphold the law. How on earth you say police driving uninsured police vehicle? How does that happen? Unless the country really do have money, or unless the country making so much money that the people at the top who are greedy say, you know what, that way that man, let us put the money for ourselves, and these people will figure out their own business. So even if that do nothing situation where it might affect the government pockets in terms of them receiving a certain amount of money, they wouldn't care because they participated in this 6 point whatever billion dollars. Not true. Isn't it a huge possibility? I want that party back. Well, the way to can get them back is to vote.
State vehicles to do police work. We can stop all of that. We can get our truck drive.
Hold on, before I continue, I agree. I've been staying in the Vernier, big up yourself one time. Vernier Thomas, big up yourself one time. People overseas should take a pause and stop sending money to their folks at home. I agree. If you know your family members are labor rights in Dominica, if you know your family members are labor rights in Dominica, brothers and sisters, you should stop sending them money. What you sending them money for? You working hard in this snow for you to send money for people who want to party? You see what it have in Dominica, you know that? See what it have in Dominica, nothing else but CO. Anytime they're trying to get the people sidetracked, they bring in CO for them. Remember when we lost UK visa-free access? What they do in Buffet State? They bring a truck on the road for man to come and dance.
Drivers. We can get our heavy equipment operators to work in Dominica. We can have money spent from.
Big up. Actually, I've been live before, but it wasn't actually me. It was actually Lennox them that were actually talking. I've done a live previous to this already. I think it was in Portsmouth that they were, and I wanted to bring forth more, for more people overseas to see what was going on in Portsmouth when they actually came to Portsmouth to talk to the people. So I've done live, but this is the first time that I've actually interacted in that way. And if you guys want me to do more, definitely give this video a thumbs up right there so I can do more. Let me just go a little bit further. Let's go reach 25 minutes. Like I said before, I'll post this link so you guys can listen to it uninterrupted. But this is a live, so hey, we vibes in, man.
From the
we need to come together, my Dominican people, as one and get rid of the culprits. I am real tired. Well, you can be tired as what you want now. If the people don't generally wake up and say, hey guys, we need to stop this. We need to stop this. Look at St. Kitts. St. Kitts changed prime minister. Somebody else come. Well, that person was doing good from my understanding. The new one, well, the one before this one that came, he was doing relatively good because he was pretty much focused on the people. But I guess the other ministers that were there, were not happy because they were not getting what they wanted to get from, being government, being in part of government. So they decided that they couldn't put their trust in this one, the prime minister at that time. So he had to call elections again. He got his seat. He's still in government. He's not prime minister again, but the new one that came in, they pretty much, settle things. And all the folks that stated, hey, we're not getting our benefits and this kind of things there, as if it's for all you, they put thing. None of them got their seats. So they put themselves out of thing. I think that's what the Dominican people need to do. Like I said before, if you want benefit, if you want to elevate in Dominica, you know what the present government is doing. You see he sucks, you take him out. You put somebody else. You put somebody else. If that person sucks, you take them out. You cannot tell me you have somebody sucking for 20 years. They suck for 20 years. And you're saying, but who else to put there? Okay.
Sweat and toil of Dominicans, money spent from the assets of Dominica, the patrimony of Dominica, the passports of the Commonwealth of Dominica. Money made from that. We can have that money.
Magdalene, stop talking about other countries. Let us talk. This is a reaction. I don't think you understand what a reaction is. You have to stop the video from time to time and then talk.
Money to fix our business. Mr. SKERRIT says he would have paid off our debts. He would have built the airport for cash.
As you're talking about debt, brothers and sisters, I remember the debt that Dominica had. On the United Workers Party, so it was about $200 to $300 million on the United Workers Party. I remember that correctly because they tried to use that money to build the international airport, which we would have had today. The present government, well, the present team, DLP team, brought that to $1.5 billion. $1.5 billion. And they think most people, well, then again, most people don't know this information. So they just continue to swallow whatever the leaders tell them. Yeah, I support that person. Whatever that person tells me, I agree with it. Right? That's how people seem to be operating because I support a particular thing. I support SKERRIT. All right. Whatever he says, I will believe. But they don't look at the numbers because it moved from $200 to $300 million to $1.5 billion in debt, brothers and sisters. And the debt has increased. Remember the gas station, all those kind of things. They wonder why gas prices are going up and they're going down, up. They go down once and they're coming back up now. I left Dominica, brothers and sisters, to go to another Caribbean island. I came back, gas prices increase. So it seems like every time I go and come back, gas prices increasing. Okay.
He would have done all of these things if it were not for Maria and if it were not for COVID. And now they start talking about the more recent wars we have had around the world, specifically the European war. I just told you, people, since Maria, $8.4 billion collected from the sale of our passports, only $2.3 billion received in Dominica, leaving $6.1 billion outside of Dominica. Who does that? Who looks at a country that is struggling to recover from a hurricane?
Boy.
Who looks at a country that has been through the drudgery, the grind of the COVID shutdown and lockdown, and all of the dislocations, all of the suffering and pain? Who looks at the people?
Keep in mind, Dominica also got about $250 million for the whole Rona situation. Previous to that, for Hurricane Maria, they got about $500 million. Okay? And you mean to tell me, we raised money from CBI. We got soft loans and grants, 500 to 200, about 750, close to $1 billion in soft loan and grants, brothers and sisters. And nothing happening in Dominica. Let's say what Lennox saying is all lies. All lies. 2.7 or 2 point whatever, plus these $750 million could have done something in Dominica. We're not seeing nothing. The roads,
who have gone through all of that and take $6.1 billion of money belonging to them and placing it in the hands of people overseas, effectively participating and facilitating the theft of state resources.
Yeah. The law says that the money should come to Dominica. They say, no, forget the law. That way the law. We put in monies outside. And the people letting that happen to them.
So they're doing nothing about it. And all Mr. SKERRIT could talk about last night is all of his propaganda against United Workers Party and all the lies that he tells about Thompson Fontaine, abusing the name of the man and talking all sorts of foolishness, which he knows to be untrue, but he's trying to divert public attention away from what is really going on.
That is the whole point. That is what they have always been doing, trying to divert their attention away, brothers and sisters. But of course, guys, I think this is where I'm going to be stopping these vibes, man. I think we're gonna stopping right here on this whole thing, guys, because I don't know. I don't know. Something is wrong, brothers and sisters. Something is definitely wrong. Let me see what some of you guys have to see. Wish I could have thumbs up twice, two times, a brother. The people that laughing hit the button. I don't know what you see in the button. I get you. Big up one time. Mr. Lips, anyways, we need the 50%. Yeah, we do. If government can take 50% for themselves, why shouldn't the Dominican people get 50%? Why shouldn't they? But it's not me that benefiting on that. The government increased their salaries by 50% and 30%. And I think two other times they increased their salaries. I remember one particular time, brothers and sisters, when I was a little younger, it had people working in Grenada that was making more than the government in Dominica. Yes. Based on the salaries that they were making, they were doing construction. They were making more than the government of Dominica, the Prime Minister of Dominica in Grenada. They increased their salaries, it went up. Then I remember they increased their salaries by 50%, saying it's too low, which is rather interesting because I remember when that company, Clay Harbor, came and Clay Harbor wanted to pay the city. I don't understand these things there. I understand to a level where the government say they don't want to lose their people. But if you don't want to lose their people, pay them adequately now. You're saying that because Clay Harbor wanted to pay people in the United States currency, the United States dollar, US dollars, they wanted to do this. Don't you think that monies could have come in? More money could have come into the country as a result of this. People will be able to do more. And as a result of doing more businesses and money will be circulating in the country. You don't think of that? No. They say no, they're not making the Clay Harbor pay their workers in US currency because they are fearful that ministers will leave the jobs that they will get it. They were supposed to get that, supposed to be prestigious events and prestigious jobs. They will leave it to go and work in call and make call to people that cursing them and all kind of things in Clay Harbor. Yes, they would leave that for them to get the monies. And we've seen these kind of things happen time and time over time, brothers and sisters. And we're not realizing that apparently the government is working against the people. Or little seen that the government is working against the people. His boyfriend have our money. Yes, Anthony Hayden has them. Big up True Shatter one time. True Shatter, big up yourself. The minority shall suffer for the majority foolishly choices I seeing for the ILM. Yeah, but apparently it's not the majority, no? The problem here is we think that the minority is the majority and the majority is the minority. The majority wants change. They want betterment. But the problem with the majority is that the majority is silent. The minority is making a lot more noise than the majority. Because they have the government on the side, they can make noise. They can come out and say, hey, look, we're having fun. I remember when this person came from overseas, you know, the man come and say, look, we're getting things for free. Election time, we come and get things for free. Look, I can get another drink. Hey, give me another drink. Bap. He gets another drink there. He have food in his hand, eating. He said, look at what we're doing. Look at what is happening for us. Not realizing this election thing that going on there, election gimmicks to fool you and bamboozle you. And people see, I always say people not seeing these things. People see it. It's not that they're not seeing it. I still think that people not seen it before. But when I make my reactions and I go out and talk to different individuals out there, they say, Mr. Lix, what are you saying is true. Some of them just argue with me, you know, to see if what I really know, if I know what I really saying. And they agree to the points. Sometimes I'm breaking them down bit by bit, detail by detail. I go in. When they make some argument, I said, did you listen to this? No. This is what I stated. Do you agree with me? Yes, Mr. Lix, I agree with you on that point. So you should have listened. And sometimes they listen to the whole video from time to time, you know. But it's very interesting that things are happening to people. It's happening to them, not happening for them, you know. It's happening to the people. And the people want to pretend that nothing happening, nothing doing, brothers and sisters. This is why I agree with Trushata, you know. It seems like the minority is the majority and the majority is minority. But the majority is staying silent. That is what the problem here is. When I see thousands of people saying, boy, they're going to win election again and they're going to vote. Thousands of them, hundreds and thousands of people that saying that, you know, guys. But all you talking as if things going to change. What I voting for, I don't vote in. But brothers and sisters, if the same thousands of people were saying they're not voting, voted and say, hey, that is too much. They need to think. Some people, they don't really care right now because they leave the country. They leave the country. Even laborites live in the country. You tell me things so well. It have a partner that work in DBS and he go Antigua. You tell me things so well for you. You leave Dominica and go. Eh? You making sense? Things so well. You supporting the very system. You leave to go. Okay then. Talking about Antigua, Antigua checking that whole CARICOM movement thing. They checking it not really for it because Antigua know why they say that. Antigua know why they saying that because they know where they go in. Look, they're trying to get more rich folks to come in, and these rich folks are going to end up doing a number of things. This is why they're making an airport in Barbuda. All you following what's going on? Okay. That's one of the things with me, brothers and sisters. I follow everything that's going on. I look at how the world is turning. I look at why it's happening. I know why SKERRIT is doing this. They are trying to create a social kind of environment in Dominica. That is what the globalists want, the individuals at the top, so that the people will be dependent on the government. This is why you're asking yourself, why haven't factories been built? Why haven't things been put in place to help the people instead? Businesses are going down. The people are in a serious poverty state. Brothers and sisters, back in the day, you could clearly tell where the poverty line was, the middle class was, and the rich class was. Right now, everything looking like it's together, everything be. And then you just have the oligarchs at the top. The rich people don't even know if they're rich anymore. Hey, there's something else. The rich folks don't even know if they're rich again. Imagine that. Boy. Anyways, guys, I talked too long on this thing already. What are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts? Guys, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. Click the like button. And for those of you who are new to these vibrations, definitely subscribe. Click the subscribe button, so you can pretty much get more vibrations as they tend to come through. Let me see. Blessed night, my family. Keep it real. Enough respect, Mr. Leaks. Big up Jerry one time. Some of them are in New York. Yeah, some of them labor rights in New York. I meet them, They're not labor rights again. I can tell you. I met some of them, but this is one of the reasons why people tend to trust me, because then I wouldn't sell them out just like that. So people tell me a lot of information. Even the ministers themselves just give me information. Yeah, they give me information. I just pretend like I don't know somebody's information they give me because I know. So I'll know if they're lying or not. But some of the ministers and other folks just give me information. When is the next live? Well, it depends live is, and of course anyways, guys, this is pretty much all about for this year vibrations right there. Like I said before, give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate that, and of course subscribe and turn on that post notification, guys, and I will see you guys in the next live. And check out the previous reactions I actually did as well right there. Any last words, guys? Any words you want to see or something? Good article about the do nothing in the online newspaper, Carib Daily News. Let's come together to make Dominica great again. Big up, big up. Hopefully you guys had a good time tonight with me. I had a great time, man. I had a great time. Yeah, man. Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Like I said before, don't forget to thumbs up this video. It'll help the algorithm as well. So by mistakes, once again, guys, be real. Be positive. Okay, I need to get this thing. I'm still live. I know I'm still live. The next live is when? I don't know when the next live is, guys. Guys, I'm about to end this, so I just wanted to see what you guys, people want more. You guys will get more. You guys will definitely get more. Blessings. Siri, big up yourself. Rasta Ozzy, big up yourself. Jerry Nelson, Julino, True Shatter, big up yourself one time. Vernia, Lillian Vlogs. Perda, Dominican Vice, big up yourself one time. I like Linton, but I'm not sure if he's working. Well, today is a not working day, so. Anyways, guys, we'll see you guys in the next one, man. I gotta go, I gotta go eat my supper. I would say lunch, but yeah. Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Respect.